Hey! Welcome, welcome. How is everybody? Yay, it's time!
It's time.
Hi, welcome. I have my miniature painter here to join us. Say hi. Up there. There's the camera up there.
Hi.
So welcome to my first virtual painting party. So I'm excited. Oh, yep. Melina says hi, Lily.
Hi.
So yes, welcome to my studio, and we're going to be painting this fun bunny painting today. So let's get this party started. Before you start, get yourself an apron. If you're painting, you can use any art supplies for this painting. So I am using acrylic paint, but you can use watercolors, you can do colored pencil, you can do whatever it is that makes you happy. If you are using a drawing material to join us in this, I would suggest not coloring the background until after you draw in your pictures. So we'll draw in the shapes, and then you can color in the background. So you just get to hang out with us. And if you have any questions, just throw them in the chat. I'll check it every couple of minutes. And our goal is an hour today, maybe a little less, depending on drying time. So let me tell you what I've got going on. So I'm going to be painting on a canvas. Lily is also going to be painting on a canvas, and she's over there so she can see. I grabbed out a ton of colors. You could essentially do this painting. Oh, hello, Gwen. Hey, Janelle. And, oh, Callie, Phoenix, and Jill are here, too. Welcome.
I want to
Say hi up there. Ready? Lily says hi.
Hi.
So let me tell you about what supplies. So you could essentially do this entire painting with just a couple of colors. You need a blue and a white for the background, and then whatever colors you want for your eggs and your bunny. And even if you don't have a brown, you can mix the brown. And I will talk about that when we get there. So I do have all of these colors. So for the sake of your entertainment, I have given myself a full palette of colors. This is an old palette. I just reuse it over and over again. Once the acrylic paint dries, it does not reactivate. So you're good there. I'm going to be using acrylic paint. If you're using acrylic paint, remember that if it gets on your clothes, it can be permanent. So you're on the other side of the video. Run, take that item of clothing off, put some soap on it, keep it wet, come back and finish the painting. And then when it's done, give it a little scrub, put it in the washer, and hopefully you will be fine. I'm going to be using, for this painting, I'm going to be using 3 brushes. I'm going to be using a large, a medium, and a small brush. I'm going to use the large one for the background. And then I also have a reusable jar with water, sharks, optional. We haven't named our shark yet. Fred. Oh, I don't know. I'll think about it. Oh, I love my shark. That's how I know it's my water cup. I know it's time to change my water when Fred the shark, when Fred doesn't have when I can't see Fred anymore. So when you're not using your brushes, if you're using acrylic paint, be sure to keep your brushes in your water cup. Acrylic paint dries very quickly. So acrylic paint dries very quickly. So make sure that you keep it in your water cup so that you don't turn your brushes into popsicle sticks. Always a good plan. So I've also got an old t-shirt that I cut up. I use this as a paint rag. You can use paper towels or whatever. I'm also going to be using chalk for this painting today. So if you have some sidewalk chalk or some regular chalk, you can grab it, or you can just paint straight onto the canvas. But some people like to have a little practice round. So I'll demo with the chalk, and then if you want to use it, you can. All right. Are we ready?
There's Ruby and Tesla.
Oh, so last thing before we start is you need some music playing. So what music should we have them play? What's your favorite playlist?
Very good, but that won't work. So Greatest Showman.
Oh, Greatest Showman. Greatest Showman. So talk to your talking speaker. You can say things like, Alexa, play the Greatest Showman movie soundtrack. And maybe yours just turned on. If it didn't, tell your talking speaker to play some music. I was seeing if ours did.
Okay.
It didn't. It didn't hear me. I can't play any music.
It did.
Oh, it's playing in my bedroom. Lovely. Okay, can you turn it off? So I'm not allowed to play music, but you've got to have music when you paint, whether it's jazz or reggae. You want some fun Jimi Hendrix, you want 70s, you want whatever, instrumental, classical, or you want some pop for today. Put some music on because that makes this fun. All right, I'll give you a second to get your music. Aw. Oh, lo-fi, hip-hop beats. I like that, Daynard. Oh, Melina. That's okay. You can play music on anything. Whatever you like to listen to music on, you can go for there. All right, let's get this party started. So I'm going to grab my big brush. Big brush. I'm going to grab my big brush. And I'm going to mix the paint on my canvas. So I'm going to start by dipping this. I dried it off a little bit. It's okay if it's a little bit wet. And I'm going to dip it into my white paint. White paint. And I'm going to do a swirly background. And I like to dance when I swirl. Dance when I swirl. So I'm going to start swirling. And you can't see it yet. Don't worry. Just swirl some white paint on there. Swirl it, swirl it, swirl it. Sing a little song while you're doing it. Listen to your music. Jam out little dance moves. All right, so now I've got some white on there. I'm going to dip my brush into my white paint, and then I'm going to dip the corner of my brush into my blue paint. So whatever blue paint you are using. So it looks like this. Just a little dabberoonie on the end, and I'm going to start swirling that onto my canvas. So now I get some nice blues. Okay, so let's talk about these swirls for a second. You can swirl, you can zigzag, you can paint straight across. You can do this however you want. We want to paint this background pretty quick, and we want it to be kind of thin so it'll dry pretty quick.
There's no rules for art.
There's no wrong way to paint your background. So now I am just going to continue to dip my brush into the white paint. And then I'm going to dip into the corner of the blue. Ta-da, got a little blue on there. And I'm going to swirl that in. Just swirly, swirly. I'll dance to your music.
Mommy, can they hear you?
Yeah, they can hear me. One of the cool things about painting is painting with acrylic while it's still wet, is that while it's still corner, as I get closer to the bottom, I am going to do less darker. How you doing over there, Lily?
Good.
Dancing and painting.
I'm sitting.
Oh, I froze. Am I back now? Somebody give me a thumbs up if I'm good. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
You might be dancing too much.
My connection is bad. All right, well, we'll do the best we can. And then I'll make sure everything's turned off for my next video.
Yeah. Whoa, that's a lot of handwork. Done. They all came.
Thanks, Jill. All right, grabbing some more blue.
I finished.
You finished? Okay, as you are working your way to the bottom, when you hang your painting on the wall, you want the edges to be painted. So the edges of my painting right now are just kind of messy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around. After I finish painting the bottom of this, I am going to paint my edges. But I'm going to fill this in so that way the front can start drying while I paint my edges. All right, let's dance. Finish painting.
I'm already finished.
Don't forget to paint your edges.
Come on.
I know, right?
Do I do it with my big brush?
Yes, do it with your big brush. Yeah, if you have any questions, just type them in. I'm getting closer to the bottom here. Woohoo!
The dogs are downstairs.
All right, got my last little section here. How are y'all doing on your backgrounds?
I'm doing great. Don't hide it.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and paint my edges. Before you paint all your edges, make sure to lift up your canvas and paint your bottom edge. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of blue, a little bit of white. Hey, Olivia. Hold on a second. Hey, Olivia, is your computer on?
No.
Oh.
I'm holding out three.
Well, I know, but I was trying to figure out why the connection is not going so great.
Are you watching TV? No. Oh.
All right, so I'm painting the bottom edge.
Maybe Daddy's on his screen.
Daddy's not here.
Oh. Yeah, right. He's at work.
Are you dancing?
I am. Am I the only kid who's dancing?
Hey, Liberty, I'm not sure. A couple people were having technical difficulties.
There, my edges are pink.
Edges are painted. Awesome.
Aww. Mommy, why don't you show them this?
No, I already did a video of that. But thank
Hey,
you.
this isn't yours. This is our hair clip. Why'd you take our hair clip?
I was using it as decoration.
Well, you don't get it anymore. You don't get it no more.
All right, I'm doing my last edge. If you're finished with your edges, then if you want to, you can fan this with something like a plate or like a paper plate, not like a real plate. A piece of paper, let's fan it and get it dry.
Mine's already drying.
Yeah, it's almost dry. It dries pretty quick. Finishing this up. Woo! Are you dancing?
I'm not.
You're not. You better get moving. Dancing to no music. That's how we roll in the Runco house. We just dance all day long.
No.
Sometimes we do.
No, we don't. We clean. Play outside.
Lily says we clean, and play outside. I guess we do that too. All right, so I'm going to put my brush in the water. And then I'm going to fan this so that it can dry. I'm just going to grab a notepad.
Hey.
And fan it. And fan it.
This is
All right,
cool.
thanks, Jill. Yeah,
Can I fan it?
sure. I now have a fanner. All right. Now we just wait. This is when you dance to your music.
We don't even have music.
I know, because we can't play music on YouTube. So we're dancing to their music. Whatever music you have, we're dancing to.
Well, we can't hear them.
I know, we're just pretending. You're going to have to fan, girl. We got to paint.
I'm done.
You're done fanning?
Oh, you're getting that.
Woohoo.
Doesn't matter.
Melina says, Lily, you're funny.
Wow, I can look at the screen without anybody even seeing me.
Oh, that's true. All right, we got our swirly background.
And mine's done.
Oh, mine's almost dry. It's just got one little spot right here. It's almost ready. How's everybody else doing? Is everybody need another minute of dance time?
Yep.
Dance time.
Hey!
Hey,
You know what we just did? Swirling.
we just did swirlies, and I have swirlies on my apron.
You use the apron for everything.
I do.
I bet you haven't painted on it on purpose.
Sometimes I do. All right. It looks like I'm dry.
I'm done.
All right. Okay, so at this point, if you're with me, you're with me. If not, if you need to let yours dry, that's fine. You can just paint at your own pace. No worries. If you would like to use chalk for the next part, you can. What's great about chalk, you can use sidewalk chalk, or this is just chalkboard chalk, and I bought it for doing stuff like this. You can draw, let's see which one you'll be able to see better. Can we see the white? Nope. Can we see the blue? Okay, so you can kind of see the blue. When you draw on your canvas with chalk it erases very easily. You're just going to take your paint rag or your paper towel, add a little bit of water to it.
Lily does not have an apron.
Lily does not have an apron, Yaya.
Yeah.
She's going rogue, no apron. Okay, so if you're using chalk on your canvas and you draw something and you don't like it, all you have to do is just take a little wet piece of paper towel or a wet piece of paint rag, like I'm using, and just wipe off what you don't want. So don't feel like you have to paint over all your chalk lines either when you're doing your painting, because after it's dry, you can just wipe off the extras. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to draw my tree. So I'm going to start with a line over here on the left. I'm using chalk. Would you like some chalk? No, you're just going to go for it? Okay, well then, if you're just going for it, you're going to use brown paint. I'm going to demo with the chalk, and then I'm going to switch over to the paint. So if you're just going to go with the paint, then just bear with me for a second. So our tree kind of has a nice little curved line coming down. So I'm just going to draw a line. And then I'm going to add a branch coming off the side of my tree. So it's very common for people to try to make letter T branches. We're not doing letter T branches. We're going to do letter Y branches or letter V branches. V.
Hey, Daddy's name starts with V.
I like letter Y because you get that kind of curvy thing. So I want to do a letter Y coming off and making a branch here. And then I can add a swirly at the end of that. And then I'm also going to add another branch coming here, and I'll have the swirly going the other way. So I'll add some swirlies for some branches. You can do as few or as many swirlies as you want. So I have a branch coming off over here, and then it looks like I have another one coming off down here. Oh, how cute is this going to be? Okay, so now for my brown paint, I'm going to switch to my medium brush. So grab your medium brush and grab whatever brown paint you have. If you don't have brown paint, you can mix together two opposite colors. So pop quiz, Lily, pop quiz. What are two opposite colors you could mix together to make brown?
Red and green.
Red and green make an excellent brown. Also, purple and yellow, and blue and orange. So if you don't have a brown, you can mix one together by mixing any opposite colors together. I do have some brown, so I'm just going to go for it.
Me too.
And I'm going to start. You can start at the bottom or you can start at the top. It does not matter. And I'm just going to trace over my line that I drew with my chalk. I always start off skinny. Now, if your tree looks a little rigid, guess what? That's what trees look like in real life. Okay. I'm just going to thicken this up. My tree is going to be about the thickness of my thumb. It's going to get, so up here at the top, Lily asked, is it okay if she's a little behind? Absolutely. You can pause this video. You can stick with us live and just paint at your own pace, or you can pause it on YouTube, and I'll post a link on my Facebook and my Instagram, so you can come back and revisit it if you want to paint it again or whatever.
The doggies are playing tug for the first time ever.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, they're tugging their favorite toy. Then they both smell, and Tay looks like a giant fluffy rat.
Okay.
Okay, Teddy looks like a giant fluffy rat, Olivia says.
Sorry, Tainer.
Olivia's like, you're...
Let me know when you make it back, Tainer. Okay, so now for my tree branches, I'm going to use my medium brush and start doing the branches. But I'm not going to do the swirls. So when I get close to the swirls, I'm just going to stop, because I'm going to do my small brush with those, because I have more control with the small brush.
Dude, I already did my brush with the medium.
You did it with the medium? Mm-hmm. Go for it. So see how my branches have that nice letter Y shape? That's what we want. Okay, glad you're back, Tainer.
What do you mean?
His screen froze. So, Daynard, I don't know if you missed it, but I said I'm going to use my medium brush for the branches, but I'm going to save my small brush to do the swirls, because I have more control with that small brush. How are we looking? All right. Swirly trees.
I made it a little bad, but it's fine. Go, Penny. You can do it, Tiny.
All right, so now I'm to my swirls. So I'm going to switch over to my smaller brush. And I'm going to come in, and be careful when you put your, you don't want to put your arm. I'm really guilty about laying my arm on my canvas and then smearing paint everywhere. If you're having trouble with that, you can make a fist or a little grip with your other hand, and you can kind of put it on the canvas somewhere where it's dry, and then you can rest your hand there. So that way you don't smear your wet paint. All right, I got a swirl in. All right, let's dance and swirl. Dance. Okay, it's kind of hard to dance and swirl at the same time, so I'm just going to swirl.
We did swirling on the background and dancing. How do we do that then? Dun, dun, dun.
Everybody's working on their painting now. swirling. How we doing? We swirling? I'm almost finished with my swirls.
Me too.
Yeah?
I have lots of swirls.
You have lots of swirls. I can't see Lily's painting from here, so I'm really excited to see what she came up with.
I'm putting my paintbrush in the water.
Oh, are you finished with your swirls?
Yes.
Awesome.
But I dropped my paintbrush. Luckily, I catched it. What? What are you doing? Telling you. Remember.
All right, I made it to my last swirl.
You know what I mean, Olivia.
Keep adding swirls if you want them, and you can even come back later and add more swirls.
That didn't work at all.
Sorry, got started.
No one can look at my painting. What? No, don't look. It's a surprise. Not doing the exact same as this one.
Oh, Olivia says, I'm not doing it. Oh, awesome. She said, I'm not doing it as the same as the original one. And that's true. Every time I paint a painting, I think it looks a little bit different. I've learned new things. I'm trying new things. And so it looks different. So just expect as you grow as an artist that you're never going to create something the same way. All right, I am finished. Woo! With my tree for now. Okay. So is the bottom of my tree dry? Because I'm ready to add a bunny. Are y'all ready to add a bunny? That's all right. We can go ahead and start it.
But it'll get brown in the cute thing.
Okay, so if you're painting near something that is wet, you just have to be careful. So we can sketch in our bunny, and if you feel like you're not going to be careful enough, then you can wait to paint it, or you can paint it with us. So for the bunny, his body is going to be leaning up against the tree, and he's going to be kind of this teardrop shape, like this. That's his belly. Oh, you can't see. Let me try a different color chalk.
I did this.
It's kind of hard to see on the camera.
Can I have some chalk?
Yeah. All right, can we see that?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. All right. So, and then for our bunny's head, it's also kind of a teardrop shape right over here on top. Or like a letter B.
I need a piece of chalk.
There you go. Or like a letter B. A very droopy letter B. Add some little feet on the bottom. Oh, I think I didn't make mine low enough. Make them a little bigger here.
I made some feet.
And then we need to add some cute little ears. So I have one ear that kind of lines up with the tree. And one ear that sticks out.
Mommy, my tree isn't.
Oh, I can't see it because you want it to be a surprise. Okay, maybe just wait until your tree's a little drier to add the bunny ears. Okay, so now to paint your bunny, we're going to mix up some pink paint. So I'm going to use my medium brush, or if you have pink paint, you can use that. If not, I'm going to grab some white paint and some red paint, and I'm going to swirl it together to make pink. Your bunny can be any color you want. You can have a blue bunny, a green bunny, whatever color makes you happy. All right, so I'm mixing up my paint here. I did some white and some pink and a white and some red and a dab of purple.
I'm gonna make my bunny pretty.
I'm gonna paint my bunny and I'm gonna be careful because some of the tree is still wet. So I like to paint the outline first. He's gonna be a little bigger. And I can add my foot going down to the bottom.
This color makes me feel.
Add his little head here.
I'm painting his ears, his head.
And adding an ear. And adding another ear. Well, that ended up being quite a big ear. Go big or go home, right? And then I'm going to fill in my bunny with my pink paint.
I already have my bunny painted.
Your bunny is already filled in?
Yes.
Perfect.
Whoa, your bunny looks.
He needs a bigger head, I think. So once you have your bunny kind of in, you can take a look at him and go, oh yeah, he definitely needs. How's that? Is that better?
I want to make the flower. Wait, we forgot the arm.
Yeah, we're going to add that in when we paint. All right, how's my bunny looking? Aw, how's your bunny looking? He's so cute. He's got a little funny belly here.
Music.
Dancing to your music?
Mommy, over there, there's behind you, there's Ruby and Tesla.
Oh yes, Daynard, Lily wants me to let you know that Ruby and Tesla and Arnold are all very happy. They're up here. See? This is Arnold.
How do you know?
Because we wrote the names on the bottom.
Oh.
So they're all here and they're all good, Daynard, just in case. All right, so let's add a little arm coming out. It's just kind of a long oval sticking out about where his arm would be. And we'll add in the white and the black paint once it's dry. All right, so we've got our bunny. What should we do next? How about some eggs?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, I'm going to clean my brush, swirling it around with Mr. Sharp, getting it nice and
What
clean.
if you added some grass at the bottom?
Oh, I could. Yeah, you could definitely add some grass at the bottom.
If you want.
All right. All right, let's add some eggs on here. So for the eggs, you can use your medium or your small brush. We're going to mix some colors. You can play with some colors. If you are wanting to do this nice turquoise color, you would mix some blue together, some green, and some white. If you already have some turquoise, you can just use that. But if you're making turquoise, you can use any color for your eggs. I'm just going to kind of start. And
I'm going to start with black.
I always start in the center of my egg, drawing an oval, and I work my way out. So I'm just swirling my way out with my egg shape here. So it's a little bit bigger. Getting a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. There we go. All right. And then once you have the size you want to have for your egg, I'm going to clean up the edges. You can clean up the edges with your medium brush or with your small brush.
It looks more blue from the camera.
Yeah, that happens. Okay, I've got my first egg. Now I'm going to clean my brush and do my second egg. It's going to be purple. So if you are mixing colors, your purple egg can be red and blue.
You said yay.
Yay. So I'm going to take a little bit of white. And I've got some purple over here, and I'm going to mix it because I want it to be a little bit more pastel of a purple. But I also have this really fun raspberry color over here I'm going to mix into it because I can. And you can do yours any way you want to mix yours. So I'm going to save some of that darker purple because we got to add our decorations on there later. All right, so I've got some purple. Mine's a little pastel. And I'm going to come over here and put this little egg.
Your paint palette has so much paint on it.
I know, I got excited. All right, now I have a purple egg.
My turquoise paint looked like it looked like a turtle.
It looks like a turtle?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's add some more eggs. I'm going to add 4 across the bottom. I'll start with the big one, and that one's going to be pink. So I'm just going to use my pink from earlier and add another glob of red to it to make it a little bit more hot pink. If you've got a different color, like I said, you can use any color you want for this.
That's pretty.
That is a pretty color. All right. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do my big egg right here.
Hey, Mommy, guess what?
So I'm going to start painting the egg a little bit smaller.
Mommy, I don't have to do
And go bigger.
I don't have to do the hooks. I'm already doing them.
You're already doing your hooks?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to wait until it's dry to do the hooks.
I already did. You do them with paint pen, don't you?
No, I do them with just the skinny brush.
It would work with paint pen, too.
It would. All right, how we doing? I got a pink egg. How y'all doing?
I'm making an orange egg.
Yay!
Hey, Mommy, I'm making
Thank you.
I'm making an orange egg.
Making an orange egg? I love it. What color eggs is everybody else making? After you finish your next egg, post in the comments what color your egg is. I'd love to know. All right, I made a pink one. I'm going to do an orange one too, Lily. I'm with you there. Cleaned my brush in between colors. Grabbing some orange. Little dance break. Oh, dance moves, dance moves.
There's not even any music.
I'm dancing to their music. They have music on.
I don't hear it.
You better have music on, otherwise I'm dancing for nothing. No, I'm not dancing. I just got to keep moving. All right, orange, little orange egg, start in the middle. Okay, so I just painted some orange on and I realized that I can see through this orange. If you're having that issue, don't think that you have to paint thicker. All you need to do is just add a little bit of white to your paint, not a whole lot.
On me.
Add a little bit of white to my orange. So what I did is I grab a little bit of white, just a
I
dab.
got paint on me, not my shirt.
Oh, that's all right, whatever.
Okay.
And I add it to my orange. And it's going to make it a little bit lighter, but it will also make it so that I don't have to see through it. And then if you want to go back later and make it darker, you could. So now, if I want this to be a brighter orange after I'm finished, all I need to do is let it dry and add a coat of the more bold orange on top of it after it is dry.
Mommy, I can play your music. We're good. No music?
No music, thank you though. Because if they have music on at home, that would just be too much going on. All right, so I've got an orange egg. Clean my brush. Ooh, golden eggs. Ooh, I like that. You're gonna do gold? All right, I'm gonna do a green egg next. Smell that. All right, I got a green one, and I'm headed into my last egg. It's gonna be yellow. I know that my yellow is gonna show through, so I'm gonna mix some yellow with some white.
Hey, Mommy, wanna see my golden egg?
Over here on the edge. And I'm going to add a little gold egg over here. there. Oh, I can still see through it a little bit. So I'm probably going to have to go back and do a second coat on this one, which is
What are
fine.
you doing? Yeah,
A yellow egg.
yeah. What are you doing?
All right. So now you can add as many eggs as you want, or you can leave like this. You could add some eggs down here on the bottom, would be super cute. A little egg down here. And we can add some grass at the end if y'all want. Let me know. That would be super fun. I'm going to do it anyway. And it can be optional for you. So I'm going to add a couple little eggs that'll be hiding in the grass. Not on the original, but it'll be on my new version. Woo woo! New version, new version. Clean my brush. Let's add a purple one down there too.
Oh, those are cute.
I know. I like these little ones at the bottom. We're going to put some grass on there.
Give you a good idea.
Did. Well, yeah, I'll give you credit for it.
Yay. Are they going to be hiding in the grass? You get paint on yourself. Get a hairbrush.
All right. Woohoo!
Put some on the ground.
Yeah, and then we'll add some grass.
You didn't add some on there.
No, I know. The original doesn't have them. All right, what would you like us to add next? Where should we go from here? I can't wait to see those golden eggs, Jill. Oh, it looks like you lost me. It says my connection is unstable. All right, we should be reconnected now. Sorry about that. Boo. I'll mess with that and play with it and try to get it fixed for the next video. But thanks for sticking around. All right.
Oh, I get the joke. Sticking, because we did sticks on our.
Oh yeah, sticking around. Such a punster, Lily.
I make jokes.
Let's make our bunny's flower. I'm going to use the yellow that I used for my egg. And I'm going to dip in my small brush. Woo, woo. A little hair on it. And out here in front of the bunny, I am going to draw a little flower. So I'll probably have to add a second coat on it. I'm adding 5 little petals here.
I'm mixing a color for my.
You're mixing a color. You can mix a color. What do you call an alligator in a vest?
I don't know what.
We don't know what.
Ooh, Mommy, you have to see this color after.
So my flower shapes are just 5 little leaf shapes together. An investigator. Get it? An investigator? Get it?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you?
Yeah. A little.
A little. Good one, Daynard. An investigator. I like that. All right, I'm going to add a little stem with some green paint. I'm just going to use my dirty brush. Dirty brush! You can sing the dirty brush song when you use the dirty brush. Dirty brush!
I'm not using my dirty brush.
You're cleaning yours?
Yeah.
I just mix whatever yellow's on my brush with a little bit of green. And I want my point to be nice and skinny. So I have this giant glob of paint on here, and I don't want that giant glob of paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist my brush as I pull it out of the paint. So that way there's not a huge blob of green on there. And then I'm going to make a little stem that's going to come out of the back of the flower. It's going to touch the pink. And then I'm going to jump over his little bunny paw and bring it down here. And you can add a little leaf if you want. So cute. Our little flower. And a little leaf.
Purple and green make a good brown.
Purple and green make a good brown?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good to know. We'll let the yellow dry on the flower before we add the little center part. But since we've got green on our brush now, let's go ahead and work on some leaves. So I'm going to...
I already did these.
You already did some leaves? So I'm going to do some leaf shapes. In my original painting, I did green leaf shapes, and then I added some swirls on the inside. So totally up to you. This is a very whimsical tree, so the leaves aren't really attached. They're just kind of floating around. So leaves are basically just little teardrop shapes.
Or just little circles. But
Woo! Add some leaves. Do a little dance. Add some little leaves. Do a little dance. Make leaves tonight.
I get to watch TV tonight.
Adding some more leaves.
I'm not gonna make leaves tonight. I'm gonna.
Okay, so I'm just doing the shapes, but you can go ahead and fill yours in if you'd like. So now you go.
Oh, look at all these leaves.
Oh, I can't wait. Just got brown paint on my arm. My tree is still a little wet, and I got some brown paint on my arm. Yes, grass. Okay, cool, Janelle. We're definitely going to add grass. Did anybody bring any glitter? Ooh. Bring any glitter to the party?
No. Hey, Mommy, look who painted that unicorn.
I painted that unicorn.
You?
Yep.
Are you sure Olivia did it?
I'm sure it was me.
You don't know. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
Painting flowers.
Painting leaves. All right. How many more leaves? Oh, I'm going to add a couple over here.
Painting flowers. Painting leaves.
And paint some little small ones on here.
Dirty brush.
Are you using Dirty Brush? Are you singing the Dirty Brush song over there?
Yes.
Dirty Brush. All right. I'm just adding some little smaller leaves around my bigger leaves. Little teardrop shapes.
You're seeing teardrops so much. Are you crying or something? No.
Leaf shapes. Okay. Do I have any over here? Oh, I do have some.
So many leaves.
So many leaves.
You can see after we're done painting at the painting party. So
Okay.
no one else.
All right, I'm going to add some little green swirlies around my leaves too. So this is really fun. So what you do is I thin out the paint just a little bit. So I'm going to mix a little bit of white. So on my palette here, I've got my greens. Let's see if I can come a little closer. I've got my green plus white right here. I'm going to grab a little bit of white with it and just mix it in. And then I'm going to twist my brush to come out. Twisty, twist, twist. And that gives it a nice little point. And then in that little bit of color, I'm going to add just a dab of water to thin it out. Just literally got my brush wet and mixing it in with that little watery color. It's not even thin enough. It's not even dripping down. So I'm going to twist my brush to get it nice and pointy. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to swirl it. Are you ready? Woo! And I'm going to add some fun little green swirls onto my canvas. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, I love it when it all starts coming together. Swirls are totally optional. You don't have.
I'm making my grassy color.
Okay.
And swirly color.
So I've got some fun little swirls going on up there.
I bet you're gonna love this, Mommy.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see everybody's. Oh, thanks, Dana. Dana says, like and subscribe now. I like that. All right, so we've got a tree, we've got a bunny, we've got some eggs, we've got some swirls, we've got some leaves. Whew. Let's add some designs on our eggs. Mine are dry, or yours? I'll start off with an easy one. Nice clean brush, dip it into my white paint, and I'm gonna make some little polka dots up here on this little green egg.
Dirty brush.
Little polka dots.
I'm doing polka dots on all of mine.
You can do polka dots on any egg you want. You have the freedom. Freedom.
Dirty brush.
Dirty brush. Clean that brush.
No. I'm using my dirty brush. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm doing my swirlies now.
All right. I added some polka dots. All right, I have another egg that has polka dots. This green one over here with pink polka dots. So since I have a dirty brush, I'm just going to go ahead and jump over there, use my dirty brush, and dip it into my pink, and make some pink polka dots over here. Oh my goodness, how fun is this?
Really?
Really?
I'm making a huge polka dot on my leaves.
Welcome, Pam.
Oh, Mommy, I just realized this. I made 2 polka dots
Yeah?
right over here, and it looks like a surprise. Don't look.
Okay, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. All right, so I've got some polka dots. I think I can move this a little closer now that we're working on some detail stuff.
Details? Why do you need details?
Details are all the finishing pieces to our painting.
Yeah.
All right, let's add some, swirlies, of course. So every time I use my small brush, I'm twisting it. So this one over here has some swirlies on it, but I think I need to add a second coat of yellow on that one. So I'll just come over here and add some swirlies on my pink egg. Ooh, fun. Twisting my brush to get a nice point.
Now, Mommy,
If you really wanted to, you could wait for it to dry, and you
I'm
could
making
use
the
paint
grass.
pens.
I'm making my grass. And then I'm done. Okay?
Okay, cool. You do you, boo.
I'm going to finish what I want to do.
Okay, you do what you need to do. I'm going to finish adding some swirls to this egg here. Some swirlies to my egg. All right. Add some little designs on the outside of that. Some little scalloped edge there.
Hey, you did the same as you did last time.
No, cleaning my brush when I change colors. Let me grab some.
This is a pretty little green.
And
blue,
down here.
light green.
And I added some swirls to my orange egg. And I'm going to add a stripe going across the middle of that one. What color should my stripe be?
Goodbye.
Bye. Lily says bye. I'll have to do it. Wet. Hurry up and dry, you. Mm-hmm. All right, I need to add something to this purple egg. I'm going to do some green swirlies. I froze again. I'm sorry. Let me know when I'm back. How's everybody else doing? So sorry that I'm glitching. Please stay. I'm sorry that I'm glitching. I don't think I can fix it while we're live, but it is good to know so I can work on it for next time. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going and hopefully our design on our eggs. I'm going to add some swirlies onto my leaves. So I'm going to make, I used green. I'm going to make it a little darker by mixing some blue and some green together. On leaves are blue and green mixed. Let's see. Oh, it didn't type that at all. Okay, you're back. Janelle, I'm doing swirls and on the leaves, and I just mixed some blue and green paint together to make the little swirly mixture. Twisting my brush, getting a nice point, and adding some swirls to some of my leaves. All right, we're cruising on into the finish line here. Swirlies. If you'd like to use some of this darker green to add some little accents to your other swirlies, you can. I'm adding some little accents to my leaves, just some little lines on those. Oh, I need some little, just some little curved lines on the edges of my leaves. So I'll bring it in close so you can see. So take a look. I just added some details to my leaves and my swirlies. All right. Ooh, since we're working on our leaves, we might as well go ahead and clean that small brush and add some white highlights to our leaves. So I'm going to clean my brush really good, dry it off, dip it into a nice little point into the white paint. And on the edge of my leaves, I'm just going to add some little white highlights like so. You can add them in as swirls. You can just add them in as white highlights. Oh, I got to decorate my eggs on the bottom too.
Excuse me, clean towels coming in through.
And I'm going to add some little accent swirls to my swirlies. Little lines on my leaves. This is where I just get lost in the painting, just adding all the little extra stuff you can. All right, so I added some white highlights and some swirls to my leaves. I'm to bring it in for one more zoom up of that. Awesome. All right. I'm going to add, since I have white, I'm going to go ahead and add some little decorations to my little eggs down here on the bottom, which I forgot to do. But I'll need to do that because we got to let it dry so we can add some grass in front of it.
Oh, that's cute. You're still on the flower? Or are you adding designs?
No, now I'm adding designs to my eggs.
Pretty.
Thank you.
I like it.
I do too. Came out really nice. Tell me to turn that off. It's messing with my flow with the online. Some little stripes on that guy. And then I'm going to do some pastel orange. So I'm just doing some orange, add some white to it. It's going to kind of make it like a pastel orange, kind of a peachy color. And I'm going to add that to this little egg right here, some swirlies. Can you tell that I like swirlies? All right. Not going to worry too much about these being too perfect because they're going to be covered, hidden behind the grass a little bit.
No, I got to put it.
All right, while I've got orange on my brush, or whenever you're ready, I'll do the center of the flower. So just dab in some orange, and I'm dabbing it on there. Just dab, 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 just like that. So it'll be like that.
Hey, put those away. That's cute.
Thank you.
Did you look at mine?
All right. Woo! How we doing? How's everybody doing? I'm going to take a little dance break so you can tell me where you're at. You're finished. Awesome. Have you added your face to your bunny? So we got to add our face to our bunny, and then I'm going to add some white highlights to my tree and my little hooks over my eggs. So, all right. So let's do this. We're adding glitter. Awesome. That's great. All right. So I am going to take my small brush. I'm going to dip it into my white paint. And I'm just going to add some fun little streaks coming down my tree. Just to give it a little bit of texture. I'm going to dip back into the brush. I can't wait to see the glitter, Jill, and Callie and Phoenix. All right. Oh, you don't have the weight. Okay. Just adding some little white texture onto the trees there. Woo, fun. And then I'm going to clean my brush. You got the hooks, you got the face, and I don't have the white. Okay. Well, I'm going to add the hooks next. So clean my brush. And when I'm doing really skinny lines like this, I always thin out my paint a little bit. So I'm going to thin out some black paint. Not so thin that it would drip off the palette, but thin enough that I get some nice skinny lines and that I only have to paint them once. That's the goal. So I thinned out some black, and all of my hooks are either forward letter S's or backward letter S's. And they start from on top of the branch and they hook onto the eggs like that. And then you can add a little loopy on the eggs too. So I'm going to add, you can add a little hook on the eggs and then create a little swirly hook coming around. If you feel like your paint is dry, you can add a little bit more water to it. That's what I'm doing right now. Because I'd like for it to be swirly. All right, so the hook is going to come out on the other side of the tree and wrap around the tree just a little bit. So here, let me zoom in so you can kind of see that one right there. I had it just come back around and wrap around the tree. Using my watery black, I'm going to go ahead and finish up these swirls. My little hooks. Adding the little hooks on the top. And one more hook to go.
Oh. Does that look the exact same, Mommy?
Isn't that cute? All right, so while I have the black on my brush, I'm going to get a nice pointy tip by twisting the brush into my watery black. And I'm ready to make my little bunny face. Are we ready? So he's got a little upside down triangle for his nose. Start off small. You can always get bigger. And then it's going to kind of come down at an angle. Make his little mouth. So there's his little mouth. I'm going to add a little dot for his eye.
And I'm the fairy.
Little dot for his eye. Oh, he's so cute. And then just like we added the white streaks onto the tree, I'm not gonna outline my bunny completely because I don't want it to look like a coloring book, but I do want to give some definition to the shapes. So using my watery black, I'm just gonna come in and just outline parts of my bunny, just little sections. Not going to do the front of his face because then it'll look like he has a beard. Just trust me on that one. Let's see. I'll do the little top of his arm here, the bottom there. Just a little bit of his body there and his foot. So then we have the outline of our bunny. And I can add some white highlights on there too when you're ready. All right. Clean my brush. I'm going to add some white highlights on my bunny, and then we can add some grass if you want it.
Oh, that's cute.
I know, he's so fun. All right, so here's my bunny all finished. I'll hold it there for a second if you want to take a look. How's everybody doing? Well, I said an hour to an hour and a half, and it looks like we are going to be perfectly on that timeline. I'm so excited that everybody came to paint with me. Ooh, I'm going to have a little tea break. How y'all doing? All right, all right. Okay, that's Jill. Jill says they're doing good. All right, awesome. All right, let's add some grass, why don't we? All right, so there's a little bit of chalk by my little bunny's foot right here. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to leave it there. When the painting is completely dry, like in a couple of hours, I'll just come back with something wet, like a wet paper towel or a wet paint rag. Everybody seems to have plenty of toilet paper these days, so you can always just use a little piece of toilet paper for that, I guess. And let's add some grass. So I'm going to come to my green that I mixed earlier. So it had some green and some white mixed together. You could mix some green and some yellow together, or you could just use some straight green. I'm going to use my small brush, and from the bottom of the canvas, I kind of propped it up a little higher. I'm just going to flick upwards. I'm going to do a flicking motion with my brush. So you can do as little or as much grass as you want. So I'll do some little flick, 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 flick. Add some more paint. You can say it over. Sometimes you have to say it. You just go, you can make little noises like. And I am going to flick some grass along the bottom of my canvas. So do as little or as much as you want. And I'm just going to spend a little minute here working on some grass. So you can kind of jump around. If you're working on one part, you don't have to do the grass yet. You can just keep working on whatever you're working on. You can just jump around and work on all the different parts of this painting. Some of your eggs were still wet. You can work on the grass and then go back to the eggs. And really just totally have some fun with this. I'm going to add some darker green grass. So now I'm using different colors for my grass. I've got dark green and I've got a light green mix. So it'll look like some overlapping going on here. Who's adding grass? I'd love to know. Oh, you did the grass. Awesome. You guys are ahead of the game. I'm going to mix in some yellow here. So some of your grass is going to be longer and some is going to be shorter. All right, I had a lot of fun painting this today. Did y'all have fun? I think we're finished. What else? Does anybody need to add anything else or any requests? You can always add some glitter. Add some paint. More paint. Paint some glitter on there. Oh, I think the grass looks super cute. So that came out pretty nice. Some little grass down there at the bottom. Add some glitter glue. You could even use some like gemstones or buttons to decorate your eggs, whatever it is you like. So the last thing you need to do is sign your painting. So grab your small brush, or you can let it dry and use a Sharpie or a paint pen. But I got my brushes right here, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to use some of my thin black that I made earlier, my small brush. I'm going to come down here in the corner, and I'm just going to go for it. Laura. And then I always put the year on there, 20. 20 painting. Awesome. Added grass. So tell me how you did. I would love it if you would like this video. I would love it if you would share this video. I would love it if you subscribe on my branding. So right now I'm just Laura is Artsy, and I chose that mainly because I'm trying to figure out where I want to go from there. And so I'm going to do some brand changing. So my YouTube channel might change, but I will make sure to move this video there once I have it. But please take a picture of this. Tag me in it if you post it on your social media. It's Laura is Artsy. Or you can send it to me. Please send it to me on Messenger or Instagram Messenger, and I will share them if you allow me to. I would love to share your creations on my Facebook page and my Instagram page. So please send me what you did. I can't wait to see how fabulous it is. If you post it somewhere, just tag me in it. And yeah, so until next time, I'm going to head out and I'm going to go turn on some real music and dance it out. All right. Thank you so much for coming. Unless anybody has anything to add here right at the end, I'm going to sign off. So I'll give you just a sec. Anything? Anything? All right. Well, I enjoyed painting with you again. And I love you too, Mom. Thanks for joining me for my painting. And I hope everybody had fun painting, and I will see you next time.